Welcome to our session of Tell It As It Is. We talk about the youth, everything that is revolving around the youth, and mental health again. And we have a lot of people having a lot of different stories out there, and we are very interested in listening and sharing out these stories with other people and coming up with possible alternative solutions to our problems and engaging everybody, basically who is at home, who is watching. And I think today we have our guest. We'll give her time to introduce herself.
Well, hi guys, my name is Shalini.
Now, today, Shell has a very interesting story about her life and some of the experiences that she has gained along the way. And I really hope everybody's gonna get interested in this because it's going down. Now, Shell, you have a very interesting story that you wanted to share with us today.
Yes.
When you first had your first sexual experience, unfortunately you got pregnant.
Yeah.
How did it go for you?
Well, it was not easy, basing the fact that I didn't know. I didn't see it coming. It was not easy for me, and even the courage to even think of keeping the baby. Yeah, it was not easy as it seems. I know it's not easy for any girl out there. It's something you were not prepared for. It's something you didn't see coming. So yeah.
Now tell me about this. You're getting how old were you when you got pregnant?
I was only 18 years old.
You are only 18 years. Had you joined campus or you are still back at home?
I was in campus.
You had joined campus back then?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did it feel like the whole journey, being in campus and being pregnant?
Well, I think, okay, it was, I had these friends who really stood by me. They were there for me. I didn't feel like there are times when you feel like you're left out, not part of it.
And the society is like judging you or something.
My friends really played a good role in keeping me like I was my real me, and I fitted easily in every part. In school, I did my studies well, and I managed.
So how was it like going to class? Like the first few months, it doesn't show. But how are you preparing? How are you like preparing yourself, like your mind psychologically? Because 1 month into it doesn't show. Second month, third month, fourth month, it starts to show, and then now the public now know Shell is now pregnant.
Yeah, I think I was in this place where like I didn't. All that mattered to me was like myself and the baby. I didn't listen to what people said. I didn't even want to know whether they thought it was right or not. Like I was in my own world. I didn't give about what people say. Yeah.
Now you didn't give a damn about what people were thinking about you.
Yeah, it did not disturb me. At least here in school, I was like, it's my life. Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
Yeah.
And plus, it's very different when you're at home where you have your parents, friends judging you, telling you they have failed them and stuff.
True.
But this becomes now very interesting. You're only 18 years when you got pregnant.
Yeah.
And how was the sexual experience for you?
At first, it's not something. Okay, I didn't find it. Okay, it's something that I wanted to know what it feels like. And unfortunately, it's not what it did not turn out to be like most people say. I don't know.
Like you are trying to say that most of the people exaggerate.
Yeah, it's not something so big.
Now, the first experience, it's so funny. How do you get pregnant on your first experience? Look at this. Now we are not judging anyone. We're only coming up with a story, you see, and we're coming up with solutions on people. How, like when you got pregnant, you are now pregnant. How was your boyfriend's reaction?
Okay, at first he was shocked. So when I told him I've missed my periods, he was like, wait.
Alikuwa anajua mess.
Yeah. But you know, the worst part is that he was like, wait, you didn't take P2. I'm like, ngoja.
What is
P2? You see? So like, I was so confused. Nobody had talked to me about sex. I had not come across, not even my friends, not even my parents, nobody, you see.
Like
so,
you had only heard of sex in books and maybe had people saying, but you didn't know
the
details
encounter,
and everything that goes in from breaking your virginity to all those steps.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So he was like, you didn't take me to the what is it? You see? And then we just knew we were fucked up.
So after how long did you, after you had missed your period, you told him that, hey bro, I've not seen my period. And then it was like, you didn't take P2. So how over the period of time, how did it go? Like, what was he doing, or was he even in place? Anakuja nakwambia, now that we are in this situation, like, did you guys sit down mkasema situation ishatupata, you see, we are in this situation and we are not going to get out of it? Did he come and sit you down and tell you, this is what we do, like, how you are pregnant, I'm gonna be there as the father, or maybe I cannot provide and stuff, but I'll be there emotionally and physically?
Okay, we did not have that, like, the moment I told him that I was pregnant, like a disconnection kiasi. And then we tried to talk it out. He was like, I don't want the baby, I want this baby.
No, the guy did not want. Did he try to lure you into trying to abort the child?
Yes, he did, and then he got to the point of like, I'm not doing this, you see. I decided to keep the baby, and he was like, if that is what you want, then well and good, let's keep the baby.
Now the guy now look here. Most of the time you find that guys mess. I don't know if you mess or we just in for fun, and then situations happen. Shell got pregnant. He told the guy. What was the guy's first reaction? Shell to abort the child, but Shell did not fall for the trap. Now this is very interesting. Now after that there was a disconnection because the guy was not ready for the child.
Yeah.
Did you let your parents know that you were pregnant?
Unfortunately, I did tell them.
You did not tell your parents?
Yeah.
Why?
I was not close to my mom. Of course, my dad was not even. If I'm not close to my mom, so you can imagine how far I am from my dad.
No, but there are people who are not
close to.
No, the other way, like vice versa. You're not mommy's child, but your dad is your favorite, and you're not your daddy's child, but your mom is your favorite.
It's something I felt I would not disclose because I didn't know how they take it, and my mom at first I feared my mom. Yeah, so much. I knew when I tell her I expected the worst, so I just decided to just keep the baby, not tell her. They knew after I had delivered.
No. Now on that, when did you let your parents know that you are pregnant, and what was their reaction?
Okay, I told my parents when I was like 2 weeks due. Yeah, delivery.
So you are like into this 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Hey man, ladies, I think you're very strong.
Yes.
Until like you 2 weeks due.
Yes.
To delivering is when you told you reached out to your parents.
Yeah, that's when I told my dad first. And then I told him on a Thursday, and then I delivered on a Friday. The baby came even earlier.
Now like the pressure is really too, and then the child just decided to come out.
Yes.
Now because there's no more pressure, the child just decides to, hey, I can't stay here anymore. The thing that we are waiting for is already said.
Yes.
Now this is very interesting, you know, and most of the time you find that people out here, they get pregnant, or they decide to abort. Why did why even this guy tried to persuade you that let us abort? Why was it not like in you?
Sometimes when I reflect back, I feel like this is just a path I was meant to take. I could not avoid being on that road, on that journey. So like I don't know. I would not say I'm this person who is so against abortion because I'm okay with everyone making their own decisions. Yeah, because I might not know what you considered to abort, and I'm not here to judge after all. You see, yeah. So I'm okay with anyone and whatever they choose.
But also, abortion is a crime. We should not like embrace it.
Yeah, it's not like I'm embracing it, but I don't judge whoever chooses to abort. So for me, I felt it was a thing in me. I don't know. I cannot say like I was so confident, but I just felt like I needed to do this, and God's grace carried me along the way. Because I swear it was God's grace through those periods. I didn't go through much during pregnancy. There are people who suffer. Yeah, it was a soft life.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a soft life. Like just God's grace carried me.
Things are just falling into place.
Yes, falling into place. Everything. It was a smooth journey.
Now, there was a disconnection between you and the father of the child when you got pregnant. Is the disconnection still there between you? And is he even coming in to support the child, or did he even during the pregnancy? Did he support you like emotionally, mentally? Even if you know sometimes guys we can get into this, but we're not financially stable. Yeah. But we come in for you emotionally and physically. Did he come in?
Okay, I would say when I was pregnant, he was not there financially. He didn't have a job, but he was there emotionally. Then things when the baby came in, he would not chip in most times. I had to struggle with the baby in school alone, but my family was there for me. And it got to a point where I just called things off. Like right now, he doesn't support emotionally, financially, physically, nothing. Yeah.
So it's just the guy who made the child pregnant?
Yes, it's just a guy I know.
What if this man makes some more cash in the near future and then he decides to come back and support the baby? Do you think it would be a good thing?
I don't have an issue with him supporting the baby. I'm no longer part of him. After all, I cannot deny my baby is the right to have his father. He's still the biological father.
Yeah.
So if he ever comes up again and think of supporting the baby, I'm okay. After all, it's his responsibility. He's a man, he's the father to that baby. I just feel like every man out there should, despite the differences between me and you, like me and him, our baby should not come into this. He should be raised the way he was supposed to be raised. Yeah, so like I feel like it's an urge that all men out there who like lost their kids, they just abandon their kids. They should go back. This is a responsibility. Men were created to be providers. The moment you let that girl go with a baby, it's you're evading, like you're escaping your roles as a man. That makes you not say a complete man, but yeah.
Now let me tell you something, guys. To that person who shall have their kid, Shell is not against you, or she loves you. No, she loves the baby. No, she loves your guy's baby, but she doesn't really love you because you have not been there and you've not supported her through all that shit. But come to think of this, bro. You have a child somewhere growing, and then you can't even take care of this child's responsibility. Now someday when this child grows up to become more successful, and then you start coming in like, I'm the father. Hey bro, that is bullshit, you see. I think as a man, when such things happen, you come up and say, baby girl, this thing has happened, but now how are we going to approach it? We come up with we sit down and say, we are not going to abort because you guys have not decided to abort. But if your parents are stable, or if your parents are not stable, which side can we lean on? You see? But at the end of the day, you have to hustle because this is your own baby, the two of you, see. So as a man, every man out there who have babies and they have neglected their children, I think it's really bad, it's bullshit, bro. Go and find your child, bond with your child. Don't let the other people bond with the child that you're the one who bore, you see. when you are having fun, it was very nice, you see. But now when the responsibility comes, you're starting to evade. You see, I don't think that is right. As a man, I'm to provide and to protect, you see.
Yes.
But sometimes because of differences, we're not calling this a divorce, you see. It's just a situation or misunderstanding. So maybe you are just not ready. But if you are not ready, at least support psychologically, you see. And now, Shell, what was your parents' reaction when you tell them that, hey, I've been pregnant and the baby is coming out?
My dad was shocked.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, why didn't you tell me? My mom was so disappointed in me.
Obviously.
Yeah, she said you've failed us as a community, yeah, as a whole, everything. Why didn't you tell me?
We sent you to the university and then you first brought us a baby first.
Yes.
You did not come back with a degree.
Why didn't you tell me first? She was so disappointed in me. And there was a disconnection also between me and
You
my
and
mom.
your parents.
So my mom was so angry. She didn't take it lightly. My dad is understanding. At least I found some. He was the understanding person.
Now he's the one who tried to wear your shoes.
Yeah, he fit in so easily in my shoes. My mom did not. And it took a while, like 4 months, after I had stayed home, then came back with the baby to school. She started calling me. She never used to call me. She started calling me. And then, lucky enough, the baby brought a bond between me and my parents.
Wow.
Like right now, we are so much close. Something that I never saw coming. Something I don't know how it would have been if it was not for this baby. So I'm glad he even came along.
Let me tell you guys something. You see, our parents get so mad when we mess up for the first time, but we don't blame them. They have the right to, because they have done their most part of their life doing this. You see, now what I can say is that parents will not neglect you. They will be mad because this happened, but they will not run away. They will come back at the end of the day and support you. You see. Now what I think is all the parents who have accepted their children and their grandchildren and supported them, kudos to you. And I think you guys are doing really great, and you really a big motivation factor to people like Shell out here. And Shell, what do you think for somebody who's found themselves in such a situation? What are we telling them?
I would encourage such people to don't feel like, let it not be a way of or a reason for you to regret, because you might be like, I wish I did not keep this baby, you see, I wish I did not go through this. It should not be a way of regretting, because I feel like the way I am right now, I would have been maybe lesser if I did not have this kid. He got me composed. He has brought along good things in my life that I really appreciate. I'm like, everyone has a purpose in life, everyone has a calling, and there's a role everyone was called to, you see. So this baby that you've kept, don't ever regret keeping the baby. He has a role, he or she has a role. They have something that it's just not, you've not seen it right away, but later in life you'll come to realize. So don't regret, keep the baby. Even seek God's grace. He will always guide you through everything. I am a witness that God works miracles, like kwenye amenitoa ni mbali, and where I'm headed is even way far.
Now to all the people who have kept their babies, we love you and continue being with those babies and protecting them.
And
Thank you so
maybe
much.
those who did not keep them, we are not judging. Yeah.